And we're live. So, welcome to today's market update. Let's see what happened in the stock market today. Today is January 29th already. Okay, a few more days in January, and then we wrap up one of the, what appeared to be one of the best Januaries in quite a while in the stock market. But let's see what happened today. So today the Dow Jones was up, Nasdaq was down. So Nasdaq, the loser today, because yesterday after the bell, Nvidia reported earnings and it wasn't good. And so today a bunch of other tech stocks were also heading south. AMD was down. I believe Applied Materials were down. So we will take a look at those. But let's see what happened in the markets today. So let's head over to the charts. Here we are. So this is the chart of the Dow Jones for today. Let me move a few things, other things here out of the way. And as you can see, overall, pretty lackluster trading here today. A little bit up, a little bit down. So the Dow up 50 points or 0.2% for the day. Very similar picture for the S&P, as you can see. This morning a little bit more volatile, and then for the rest of the day just going sideways. Now again, as said, Nasdaq the big loser today. So Nasdaq down almost 1%. And today, everybody is waiting for Apple, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But let's take a look here at the bigger picture, and let's zoom out, see where we are for the year. So this year for the Nasdaq was October, November, December. This was the January, and it started to look really, really good. And as you can see right now, we are going sideways. So let's see where we finish up in the next few days. The Dow Jones and the S&P, very similar, going down October, November, December, bounced back in January. But right now, it seems that we have found some resistance here at 24,800. So crude oil, today crude oil, let's actually see. Today crude oil was up. So as you can see, crude oil futures up right now, trading at 53.33. And Bitcoin, for those of you who are following Bitcoin, had a slide yesterday. So yesterday down, now at 3,392. So below the magic 3,400 mark here. So Bitcoin right now not doing well. So let's take a look at stocks. What stocks were in the focus today for traders? Now, Pfizer, definitely one of the stocks in the focus here today. It is PFE, right? There we go. So Pfizer up 3.1% because Pfizer reported better than expected earnings, but revenue was lower than expected. And you see, this is why I personally like to trade what I see and not what I think. Because if you read this and you read Pfizer revenue was lower, you would expect the stock to go down, right? But then you dig deeper and say, hey, profits were higher, and this is why it's bouncing up. Now, talking about things that don't make sense, let me just hide this here really quick. There we go. So today we also had earnings reported from Verizon, VZ, as well as 3M. Now, both of them issued a weaker than expected guidance, and 3M actually said that it was lower because of slowing down business in China. And we have heard this already from some other companies who said, well, business in China is a little bit lower, and especially Apple warned us on January 2nd that this might impact their quarterly results. So Verizon then down, as you can see, 3.25% for the day. Post-market slightly up here, but today definitely a loser of being down 3.25%. Again, talking about 3M, so they reported earnings as well. 3M. And here also, 3M, again, what makes sense, right? I mean, don't follow the news. If you follow the news, it'll drive yourself crazy. Because 3M said better than expected earnings, but, well, issued a lower guidance, meaning that probably not looking so good in the near future, but yet the stock up 1.94%. But again, today, all eyes were on Apple, and here's why. I mean, first of all, you might have heard that Apple was in the news because they had a bug in their latest operating system. So if you called somebody on FaceTime and they did not pick up, but you swiped up, then you could listen to what they were doing. Now, don't do it right now because it's already fixed. I believe it is fixed. Maybe try it out. Call somebody right now on FaceTime, and if they don't answer, just swipe up and you should be able to hear what they're doing. Anyhow, so this is was in the news today. Then Apple ended the day with a 1% loss going into earnings, and here's why it ended with a loss, because Apple said that sales in China fell 27%. But you see, right now, Apple is up 5.6% after the bell, so in after hours, because they did report earnings and said that holiday profits were a little stronger than initially expected. And better than expected is always good for a stock here. Both earnings and revenue were also slightly better than expected. And again, Apple issued a warning on January 2nd, but seems that this was a smart move to say, hey, it's looking bad, right? But then saying, whoa, everything's cool, and we have slightly better than expected results. All right, so let me go back here to the camera, and let's talk about what traders are focusing on right now. So this week, the Fed is meeting again. And what does this mean? They're not raising interest rates this week, but traders are looking for what do they say in their report, right? Because traders want to know, when will they raise interest rates again? Because whenever the Fed raises interest rates, it might be bad for the stock market. And so this is where traders will traders will pay very close attention here tomorrow when the Fed is meeting and then issuing their statement. So we will see how this moves the markets. Again, 2 more days in January, and the January shaped up to be one of the best Januaries of I don't know how many years, I believe in 10 years or something like that. But then right now it is slowing down over the past few days. You have seen it on the charts. Not a whole lot is moving. In terms of earnings, all over the place. So this is why trade what you see, not what you think. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show you. So this weekend we had our boot camp, and then also we had a training for those of you who have the PowerX software, and one of the stocks that we identified was VSTO. So on Monday, when I was trading live with other traders, I entered VSTO, and let's see where we are right now. So for those of you who have joined me on this weekend, I'm pretty sure that you already saw what is happening. So let me bring it up here on the monitor. Let me switch over. And here is our live account, and it's an account where we trade $10,000 account. So this is what we traded. We went short VSTO. That's a beautiful thing. You can simply sell a stock and bet on a falling market. And you see, yesterday I believe that we were up almost $100. Today another $133. So overall, right now, up $222. Now again, based on a $10,000 account, that's 2% in just 2 days. How do you like that? And this is while overall the market is not doing a whole lot or even slightly going down. But this is the beautiful thing about the way that I like to trade, identifying stocks that move anyhow, even if the overall market is not doing anything. All right, so this is the market update for today, January 29th, and I'll be back tomorrow with a new market update for January 30th. And again, 2 more trading days in January, and we'll see where we end. Tomorrow should be interesting because we do have the Fed meeting. All right, hope you enjoyed this market update. Leave a comment and let me know if you're liking this, and also, how do you like the new background that I just got? I think it looks pretty good. But hey, I'll let you be the judge because you're watching the videos. Let me know how you like the white background. I like the clean look here. Anyhow, I'll see you very soon.